Party people, it's a beautiful day for music. It's a wonderful day for sound. We just had the Allentown show, day 1 and day 2. We're going to talk about a little bit of the percussion recaps, hot off the press. Let's get into it. First, starting off with our 19 club. These are all the groups that scored above a 19 over the 2-day period. Starting off, group number 1, we have Boston Crusaders. Group number 2, we have Santa Clara Vanguard. Group number 3, we have the Cavaliers. Group number 4, we have the Bluecoats. Group number 5, we have the Blue Devils. Very close, very, very close with the 18.9. After that, we have the Phantom Regiment. So these are kind of the groups that are sort of rounding out sort of the top 5, the top 6 as far as percussion over across the 2 days. Now, there's the same percussion judge for both of the days. This is Brooks. The very top percussion score here, I'm looking at the recaps. I have Boston Crusaders with a 19.550. 19.550. Right underneath that. Now, keep in mind, this was from the first day, right? So this is not in direct comparison. I have Bluecoats in second place with a 19.4. That's a 19.4 flat. Right after that, I have Santa Clara with a 19.350, right? So first Boston, second Bluecoats, third Santa Clara Vanguard. Right after that, I have the Blue Devils with a 19.1. Right after that, I have the Cavaliers with a 19 flat. And then very close after that with an 18.9 flat is the Phantom Regiment, and they've been killing it this year. They have super smooth hands. They're taking a lot of chances with a lot of their parts. I really appreciate what they're doing. There's a lot of other really good percussion groups out here. Some that come to mind for me. Spirit of Atlanta has been killing it. We saw that they made a push last year. I think they're really continuing that push this year. They're really moving their hands very aggressively. They have a lot of exposed moments. The Mandarins, I know they have sort of a new sort of regime that's in there, but their first year in, they're doing great things, making beautiful sounds. They have a lot of features, and you could tell that their presence has sort of transformed the overall ensemble sound of the Mandarins. The Troopers, I think, are really killing it. This was night 1. They had a 18.5. They're very aggressive. They have a smooth, very well balanced low end. It's really, really cool to see that. The Colts have super fast lightnings, like these small rolls out there. I still need to see if I can get a better read out of them. It's just something about the way that their snares are tuned and the way that it sounds on the live stream that it just doesn't gel that well. But they're scoring very nice. Keep in mind, on day 1, they got an 18.4. They were 4th in hands. So they were above the Knights. They were above the Troopers in hands. And they were right underneath the Phantom Regiment in hands. They're about 0.2 away from them. A good surge or kind of push towards the end for the Scouts. I'm really liking what they were doing. I was a little bit worried at the beginning of the season. I'm not going to lie. We all knew that the Cavalier staff was gonna push them to a place that was going to be very different than how they started off the season, and we're seeing the fruits of that labor really come through. We knew the same thing about Blue Devils. It happens every year. Their music is crazy hard. They take a lot of chances early on. People who are just sort of getting into the world of drum corps, who might only have 2 or 3 seasons underneath their belt, they forget, oh, wait, the Blue Devils are taking chances. They're taking chances. And some of the stuff is going to be kind of hairy at the beginning of the season. It's going to be a little rough. Everybody's going to make jokes about it. And then at the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season, they're going to make that push and things are really going to start to clean up. The clarity is going to be there. The balance and blend is going to be there. And that's when we start to see those scores start to skyrocket up past a lot of other groups. Carolina Crown with Joe Hobbs and crew man, it's just they are solid. It is no nonsense drumming. They take chances when they need to. Their parts are very well balanced. It's enough to be interesting, but it's not too much for it to just be out of hand for them to try to clean. And I think they're giving the horn line what it needs for Carolina Crown to have a complete package, and that's definitely a good thing. Other than that, I'll say this. From top to bottom, nobody is bad. Nobody is bad. When we get to groups that are this level, there's just different levels of creativity. There's different levels of balance and blend. Everybody's going to be clean in the end, in some extent. They're going to be clean. It's just a matter of not only how pristine consistently you can be, but what types of creative choices that you're taking that's evident and apparent to the judge, right? They can't go out on the field. They have to kind of be up at front. Are you presenting those chances where they can read them and they can fully appreciate? Because they're looking to give you credit for it. They're not just looking to call ticks or just to call your mistakes. They're looking to give you artistic credit for the chances that you're taking. And I think sometimes a lot of people miss that. So the groups that aren't scoring that well, they might just be missing some of those types of moments. They're not in places that the judges can read them that well. And even if they are, sometimes it's not so much about ticking per se. It's about balance. It's about blend. It's creating interesting textures, intriguing parts and rhythms that fit idiomatically with the actual core proper, right? The winds and things. So if you have any comments about any of that, definitely hit me up. If you are interested, if you're a music educator, I am selling stand tunes, only the newest and hottest current trend songs for every demographic out there. And I'll try to leave some of those links on this video. Anyways, it's a beautiful, beautiful day for music. It's a wonderful day for sound. I'll see you guys in the next video.